morning. We are broadcasting from the Eagle News Studio here in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I'm Arlene Salazar, and this is Eagle News Middle East. Good morning. We are broadcasting from the Eagle News Studio here in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I'm Arlene Salazar, and this is Eagle News Middle East Edition. Today's headlines. Algerians denounce Trump's travel ban. Iraq's ex-ambassador to U.S. calls Trump travel ban unfair. U.S. sends Navy destroyer to patrol off Yemen amid Iran tensions. French police seek to establish whether Louvre attacker acted alone. U.S. President Donald Trump's executive order to ban people from 7 predominantly Muslim countries from entering the United States has been heavily criticized by people in the Algerian capital of Algiers. Although Algeria is not among the 7 countries affected by the ban, which currently consist of Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen, Algerians believe that the policy is prejudiced towards the entire Muslim world. Ismail Ma'araf, an international political analyst, said that the Muslim community is also the victim of terrorism, just like the United States and many other Western countries. He believes Trump's policy shows that the U.S. is becoming increasingly conservative and American values are split. Iraq's ex-ambassador to U.S. calls Trump travel ban unfair. Our correspondent Tanya De Jesus reports.
Iraq's former ambassador to the United States, Lickman Faili, said on Friday that President Donald Trump's order to restrict people from 7 Muslim-majority countries, including Iraq, was unfair and could backfire. Faili, who has British citizenship, said he was told that the travel ban would still affect him as a person of Iraqi descent. The immigration executive order signed by Trump a week ago temporarily halted the U.S. refugee program and imposed a 90-day suspension on people traveling from Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen. Trump said the measures would help protect Americans from terrorist attacks. Faili said the United States has to know that terrorism and the turmoil in the region will continue even after the liberation of Iraq from Daesh, God willing. Therefore, the need for Iraq as a partner will continue, and the new administration has to know and realize this fact. Those who are closest to Iran were insisting that Iraq should retaliate with a ban on U.S. nationals, just like Tehran did the day before. While calling the U.S. order unfair, Faili said Iraq was still a U.S. partner in the fight against terrorism. Iraqi Prime Minister Haider al-Abadi said last week that Iraq would not retaliate to Trump's travel ban against Iraqi nationals because it did not want to lose Washington's cooperation in the war on Islamic State. In his most sweeping decision since taking office last month, Trump, a Republican, put a 4-month hold on allowing refugees into the United States and temporarily barred travelers from Syria and 6 other countries. Reporting for Eagle News International, this is Tana Jessica De Jesus, and I am 1 with 25.
Thank you, Tanya. In other news, U.S. sends Navy destroyer to patrol off Yemen amid Iran tensions. The United States has placed a Navy destroyer off the coast of Yemen to protect waterways from Houthi militia aligned with Iran, two U.S. officials said on Friday, amid heightened tension between Washington and Tehran. The USS Cole arrived in the vicinity of Bab al-Mandab Strait of southwestern Yemen, where it will carry out patrols, including escorting vessels, the official said, speaking of condition of anonymity. In 2000, the USS Cole was attacked when Al-Qaeda bombers steered a boat full of explosives into the side of the American warship while it refueled in the Yemeni port of Aden, killing 17 U.S. sailors and wounding about 36 others. Earlier this week, the armed Houthi movement attacked a Saudi warship off the western coast of Yemen, causing an explosion that killed 2 crew members. Earlier this week, the armed Houthi movement attacked a Saudi warship off the western coast of Yemen, causing an explosion that killed 2 crew members. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Wilma Marcus from EBC London Bureau, here in Carnaby Street, London, the home of London Street Fashion. I am Juan with 25. Bye.
There are 30 million young Filipinos today. When they are empowered, they can create a prosperous and sustainable future for humanity. How? Let's focus on just one girl. Let's call her Nina. Nina can fulfill her dreams if we give her the power to shape her own future. She can be an inspiring leader, a productive worker, an innovator, a caring parent, or a key person in her community. But without proper support and access to opportunities, her future will be at stake. That is why the United Nations Population Fund is supporting the conduct of a 15-year study that will follow a group of 5,000 10-year-old girls and boys from all over the Philippines. We want to learn the changing needs of Filipino youth like Nina for the next 1.5 decades so we can give them access to the best solutions. Because what the world will look like in 15 years depends on our power to unlock the potential of a 10-year-old today. Will you let their future slip away?
Agila Balita, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 12 ng tanghali hanggang 1:00 ng hapon.
We are back. The United Arab Emirates says Trump travel ban to internal affairs. Our correspondent Caroline Ramirez reports.
The United Arab Emirates Foreign Minister said on Wednesday that President Donald Trump's travel ban on citizens of 7 mainly Muslim countries was an internal affair not directed at any faith, in a more measured reaction than others from the region. Trump's order affecting Iran, Iraq, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, Syria, and Yemen has triggered protests across the United States and beyond. But Sheikh Abdullah bin Zayed said most Muslims and Muslim countries were not included in the ban, and the named states face challenges that they needed to address. Sheikh Abdullah said at a joint news conference in Abu Dhabi that there are attempts to give the impression that this is a decision targeting a particular religion, but this is not correct. He added that these are countries that face internal challenges, and these countries have to try to deal with these circumstances and situations before dealing with the United States. The UAE, a major oil exporter, is a close ally of the United States and a member of the U.S.-led coalition fighting Islamist militants in Syria. Reporting from Dubai, United Arab Emirates, for Eagle News International, I am Caroline Ramirez, and I am one with 25.
Thank you, Caroline. In Canada, bodies of 2 Algerian victims of Quebec mosque shooting were flown home. The bodies of the 2 Algerian victims in the Quebec mosque shooting were repatriated to Algeria on Saturday. The repatriation was decided by the families of the victims, Abdelkrim Hassan and Khalid Balkasemi, in coordination with the Algerian Embassy in Ottawa and the Consul General in Montreal, Canada. The Foreign Ministry's spokesperson underlined that all necessary measures had been taken by the Algerian consular services for the victims' repatriation and burials. The victims' wives and some family members were at the airport for the arrival of the bodies before taking them to the cemetery for burial. Belkacemi's wife, while at the airport, says, "He went to pray and around 8, we heard there was a shooting. Around 8, we heard there was a shooting in the mosque, and we waited for him, but he didn't come back." Alexander Bissonnette, 27, was charged in court on Monday with 6 counts of premeditated murder and 5 counts of attempted murder with a restricted weapon after Sunday's massacre at the Centre Culturel Islamique de Quebec. The French police seek to establish whether Louvre attacker acted alone. The man who was shot and wounded at the Paris Louvre on Friday after attacking soldiers with a machete has been identified as an Egyptian. Police are trying to establish whether he acted alone or under instructions, the Paris prosecutor said. The prosecutor, Francois Molins, told a news conference that the 29-year-old Egyptian had arrived in Paris in January 26 after acquiring a 1-month tourist visa in Dubai. The investigations will determine the journey and the motivations of the perpetrator, Molins said, as well as whether he acted alone, spontaneously, or whether he was following instructions. Molins told reporters the details of the attack and how the group of soldiers responded. The soldier who shot the man was from one of the patrolling groups, which have become a common sight in Paris since the November 2015 attacks. More than 230 people have died in France in the past 2 years at the hands of attackers allied to the militant Islamic group Islamic State. We'll be right back.
Greetings to all viewers from Victoria, Canada.
Victoria is the capital of British Columbia and has one of the top 10 gardens in the world, known as Orchard Gardens. Victoria is also known as a city of gardens, boasting nearly 1,500 hanging baskets around the city during the summer.
We are here in front of the Parliament building, which is the seat of the Legislative Assembly of the province. There are 3,560 bulbs lighting up the building, creating this beautiful display.
For Eagle News International, I am Jeanette Guazo.
And I am Neil Duazo from the Canada Bureau.
We are one with 25.
Aguila Provincia, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 11:30 ng umaga hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali.
Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Aljamain Santos, your EBC Las Vegas Bureau correspondent, encouraging you to say no to the good so you can say yes to the best. Because being the best version of yourself is a choice. If you reap what you sow, giving your best will only yield the best in return. Don't forget to watch Digital Nest every Tuesday and Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. only on Net 25. I'm Aljamain Santos, your EBC Las Vegas Bureau correspondent, and I am one with 25.
Aguila Balita, Lunes hanggang Biyernes, alas 12 ng tanghali hanggang alauna ng hapon.
We are back. United Healthcare rider Travis McCabe won Stage 3 of the Herald Sun Tour in Australia on Saturday. An early breakaway group of 9 riders saw Gazprom Roosevelt Pavel Brut take an effective early lead before they were finally caught and overtaken by the American McCabe, who managed to avoid crashes in the race. McCabe was one of the around 15 riders who avoided the crashes, which held up the likes of Chris Froome and yellow jersey Damian Howson. In the final sprint, McCabe outran the Australian pairing of Leigh Howard and Michelle Ducker. Luke Rowe, winner of Stage 2, finished in the fourth place. You always get that high when you win, and this was no different. I mean, in January, coming out with the race and coming out with a win is awesome, and so I'm over the moon with it right now, said McCabe. Team Sky's Froome faces a difficult task in final stage on Sunday to retain his title and overhaul Hawson. The Tour de France champion is currently 1 minute and 12 seconds behind his Orica's cut rival. That's our news for today. This is your Eagle News Middle East Bureau. From Dubai, United Arab Emirates, I'm Arlene Salazar, and I am one with 25.